So Steven, before we started this call, I was like, how's everything? And you said, yeah, I have something, but we should save it for the podcast. Was that the Maccas or was it something different?
It was the Meccas because I wanted to like update you guys about like, what was going on and all that.
Oh, I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
The same thing. I was like expecting like some other interesting story, but it was like the story of Share. All right, that's
Have you,
done.
have you been trained yet, Stephen?
I have not.
So you haven't really. Nothing's really happened.
That girl that was homeless, she actually got a job at Macca's in Sydney, but she wasn't getting any shifts because she was like too old and her pay rate was like too high, so she wasn't getting enough shifts to like survive. So that's what made her drive all the way north to do berry picking.
Just, I don't know. I honestly wonder what goes through the mind of some people. Just to like drop everything, go upstairs out of nowhere. Like, sorry, not upstairs, up north. Just up, because I heard that money is good for berry picking. But like at the same time, like there was some demand for it. But at the same time, like, why? Why would people do that? Like, find a job in retail, surely, easily. You know what I mean? But the thing is, Sydney's expensive.
Yeah. I met a girl where she's like, she did the maths where in Sydney, her rent was like $330 a week, where she could have just stayed at hostels for $30 a night and it'll be cheaper for her to travel. So it's literally cheaper for her to travel compared to staying in Sydney, which is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Because that's how expensive Sydney is. Because I think Sydney is like the second most or something most expensive city in the world.
People don't know. People think it's like Hong Kong, San Francisco, but people forget Sydney is freaking expensive.
Because when you think about expensive cities in the world, you think about the Hong Kongs and you think about the... Okay, well, sorry, my apologies. Not the second, but I think it's... Yeah, it's got to be top 10. I don't know why on this website it says here 11th, but that was 2019.
Oh, wow. Maybe we're dipping.
Nah, it's definitely got to be expensive. Like, you think about the house prices that are here, it's just insane. Or you think about everything, and it's all because of... Actually, God knows what it's because of, but yeah, there's no way. Like, if I was like that, surviving, there's no way. I'd do the same thing. I'd just go, like, maybe Perth, you know, like, or maybe Adelaide or something like that. There's no way. You can't live in Sydney like that. It's just rough. You can't do that. No way.
Yeah, Sydney's like so expensive. People try to get out of the city. There was this guy who was like, his job, he was living on the farm and he was like planting trees. He was getting paid 15 cents per tree he planted, and like on the average day he'll plant like 1,500 to 2,000 trees. I don't know how let's do the math. Like how many trees is that per minute? That's crazy. So let's say 8 hours times that by 60 minutes. That's 480 minutes. He's planting 4 trees a minute. 15, that's like 15 seconds per tree. How do you plant? I guess I could see that happening. 15 second every tree.
That's like clockwork, bro. It's like clockwork. It's like you're flipping burgers, but instead you're planting trees. Like bang, 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 bang. He's saving the world one step at a time.
Yeah.
Saving the world one step at a time.
Yeah, or I think it's around, on average they'll plant like 1,000 to 2,000. So if it was planting 1,000, it'll be like one every 30 seconds, I guess. But it's still clockwork.
Yeah, 100% still clockwork. I don't know. I could never do it.
And his girlfriend was like packing strawberries. That's her job. And I met this random couple.
Because it's so interesting because when you go there, like when you had to introduce yourself to people, you had to sort of tell them like a foreign concept in the terms of like, so what do you do, Andy? I have my own online business and stuff. They're like, what? They would have been like that. 100%, right? 100%.
Dude, they always ask, so what do you do? I'm like, I have like an online consulting business or online education company. They're like, oh, cool. And then like, I always try to like blend in and like try to not like, just like blend in and be one of them. But for some reason, the moment like, they're like, oh, what's your socials? And they get me on IG and then they follow me or they see my IG, something just switches. Things just change. Like, I don't know, is my Instagram like pretentious or something? I don't know. Like, I copied someone else's bio on my Instagram because I think when people run ads and they click on your profile, they like to see those things. And I considered maybe just changing my bio just to like CEO of Stoning.com, make it super simple. But I don't know if that'll affect the the conversions on the ads. But every time people like see my account, things just like that, like they think I'm like some like freaking pretentious like rich dude, but I'm like this like chill zen because I'm pretty good at blending in. So that's, I don't know, I have to ask. That's just me thinking. But like usually
but
like
it does make sense, because for the people that don't know you, they'll obviously see you, they'll meet you, and you seem humble and everything, right? And then they go on your Instagram, and
read it out.
they see your bio, and bang, it's there. Entrepreneur, 7-figure online entrepreneur. And then it's actually like a good bio in the sense that it's structured quite well, right? It's like bang, 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 and it catches your eye and you're immediately interested, right? But for those people, they're not used to that sort of, you got to remember as well, they're not used to meeting people like that.
Maybe because this has happened before. When in America I went camping and I met these like random strangers that were super cool. We bonded over the last few days. We had like nice dinner. We exchanged socials and we followed each other. And after 1 or 2 weeks or after a few months, I couldn't find their accounts. I think they blocked me.
What?
So like maybe my hypothesis is like because I don't really flex. I don't really share about what I do unless they ask. And they think I'm like, I don't know, like two-faced, or they think I'm like hiding something, or they're like, why the hell, like he's completely different to online. Maybe that confuses. It's like, for example, imagine if you're hanging with this like super famous person but you don't know them and you're chilling, and all of a sudden you go online, you're like, what the hell, this guy's super famous, he didn't tell me anything, I didn't know he was famous. And then you might, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but like this has happened before and I don't know why.
I swear it's like something out of a movie again, where it's like, you know, a celebrity or a movie star goes and blends in and basically the normal people. But
yes, that sounds like a freaking movie where like a prince goes to the town and he pretends to be like a peasant, and then he meets this nice girl, and then she falls in love with him, and she finds out he's the prince, and she somehow hates him for that.
What's that movie? There is definitely a movie for it, but yeah, like there's probably plenty of movies. But yeah, 100%. Sounds like. So did you find your princess, Andy?
I did not. I met a lot of people. Said hi to a lot of people. Got like, dude. I was asking like, when I was in Byron Bay, I was like on my own. So I was just walking on my beach. I was trying to figure out Byron Bay. I was like, where's like all the hippies? Where's all the like the Zen meditation yoga stuff? Because it was this really corporate looking town. It was like, it had Hollywood LA vibes where everything was super expensive. Things were super crowded. Everything looked super posh. And it looked like everyone there were like tourists. So I was literally on the beach, and every single person, every single girl I saw, I just walked up and said hi. I was just like saying hi to like freaking a girl every half an hour, figuring it out, asked her some numbers, asked her some directions, and I got pretty good at telling. Like I could tell like within the first 5 minutes of talking to someone, I could tell if they f*** with me or if they want to like keep walking. Like I could read the situation, and I could finesse things where I could sense if someone with me, where I just keep talking, and eventually I'll be in their forward drive and they're taking me on the beach.
Not bad at all. You should have full DM'd what's his name, Zac Efron, be like, hey bro, you gonna go chill out. I bet he gets that all the time though. Is he still there? He probably still is there. But Byron's such an elusive town, bro. I always say it's just it just seems like it's full of like hippies and everything, you know what I mean? But like, jeez, I don't know how you did it, bro. I honestly don't know how you did it. Picked up skills though. Picked up good skills.
Yeah, so definitely. The one thing that I'm scared of is backpacking, like no car, just everything in your backpack. That sounds really scary, where you're like relying on public transport in like a random city and like somehow getting around. That's scary. Having a car is so much easier. So I don't know, maybe I would stress test myself and go backpacking. But for now, I'm going to stick with the car. And yeah, I'm hooked on just like driving and just visiting new towns, talking to locals. And yeah, definitely hooked.
I think you're going to backpack. You're 100% going to backpack. There's no way you're going to tell me that you're not going to backpack. I already know you're going to backpack. There's no lying in it. Don't even kid yourself.